One little slip up.
And I like how Wilder's cutting that ring off on him too. Wherever Herndon's moving, Wilder cuts him off and follows him with that jab.
Now Herndon, he's been in the ring with the likes of, you know, Richard Torres Jr., F.A. Ajagba. Saw Buster Douglas was in the corner of Herndon.
Now, so far, I like how Deontay's starting off this round. Like I said, sticking to that jab, keeping his distance, not really loading up on the right hand, just letting it go a few times, setting the tone for the fight.
Final 10 here of the opening round. Herndon tried to throw a looping right. Certainly doesn't want to be a stationary object there, as Wilder immediately threw the right hand, and Herndon was able to avoid it, but it was close.
Wilder did get that left hook in, though.
Wilder obviously has always been in great shape, but uses the right hand, backs Herndon up a bit. Herndon trying to now get Wilder on his back foot. Wilder continues to float the jab out there.
You know, for Herndon to be successful, he needs to slip and weave his way inside and throw off that movement. For him to be straight up like this right now, he's not going to be able to get shots in with Wilder.
No, absolutely not. And, you know, he after alluding to the Joseph Parker fight, but, you know, I watched that fight. Parker was not only moving, he was throwing. He was getting in and out.
Yes.
And he was giving Wilder something to think about. A huge looping right hand as Herndon gets out of good tool so far for Wilder. And we've seen him use the jab before in other fights. Something that he does have in his arsenal.
Oh,
that
nice check hook.
Puts him down, and Herndon looks at referee Ray Corona saying that that was a slip. That was not a knockdown. Very frustrated.
It was a balance shot,
yeah,
but he did get hit with the check hook.
But it didn't appear to affect Herndon in a negative way. No. Just negative on the scorecards. Now Wilder up.
No, that's not it right there.
There's the left hook.
You know, it's a cupping shot, but it's still a shot.
Yep. Yeah, he was knocked down by the punch. It's good on the scorecards, and Deontay coming out very aggressive to start round 3.
You know, I like the Deontay's approach. You know, he's establishing the jab
in this fight. Not backing down. A huge looping right hand again. Certainly got out the way there.
But the thing is that Herndon has to throw off of those slips. That's the only way he's going to be successful, is if when he slips, it makes Deontay miss. He has to then fire.
And there's a good double jab there from Herndon.
See, right here, Deontay's too tall, too long for Herndon to be able to land anything. So you have to throw off the slips.
Herndon utilizing the head movement there.
Wow.
Another jab there. Uppercut just missed there.
Good head movement right there by Herndon.
He is certainly, and he's going to have to be doing that the entire fight. But again, Deontay with a solid jab. Continues to float it out there.
Whoa.
Herndon just got underneath that right hand of Wilder.
And you know, Herndon, he has good eyes because he's slipping, he's avoiding these big shots. But you got to make your guy miss, and you got to make him pay.
Yeah, right now, Wilder does not respect the offense of Herndon. Again, the left hook from Wilder. Wilder with the jab again.
That's a nice hook right there.
Short little left hook from
diving in to land that big right hand and falling off balance. He's staying disciplined, so a nice strong jab And the thing is, you got to understand that Herndon is not really cooperating. He's not throwing anything back where then Wilder can hit him with a clean shot.
And now Wilder's trying to close the distance here.
It's very difficult to land big shots on a guy that is being defensive-minded. And that's what Herndon is doing.
Right there again, Wilder tried to load up on that right hand, and Herndon was able to stick and move, get out of the way. But just, again, not letting the hands go that much.
And Herndon landed a nice jab right there. That's a nice check hook right there by Wilder.
Followed it up right with the jab. So Wilder, he's active. For Herndon, not only the power, but Wilder is significantly bigger.
Absolutely. That's what's giving Herndon a lot of trouble. He can't figure out how to get through. And Wilder's keeping that jab very busy.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's continuing to stick it in the face of Herndon. Now Herndon tries partially connected for Herndon, and now Herndon coming forward.
And that hook worked for Herndon.
Pat that jab out there. Utilizing that left hook.
Wilder's going to have to start doubling that jab because he's just pawing that jab, and Herndon can counter off the top. He has to double that jab, stop the counter from coming.
And now Herndon, as Wilder unloads that left hook. And it was able to catch Herndon there. I think Herndon's a little bit off balance there. And Wilder now, as we take a look right here, Gabe, this is what you're talking about.
Yeah, right there you slipped. Where's the shot? So right there he tried it. But you know, you're making Wilder miss. You gotta fire.
And you gotta give Wilder something to think about. You got him.
Yeah.
He's using the jab, check hook, and now that right hand again presses on Herndon. And then shot on the break. Herndon kind of laughs it off. Wilder kind of paws at him with the left. And that right hand backs Herndon up. I think Wilder's getting... Wilder has that in his toolbox. We've seen that throughout the years. And now a big right hand just missed Herndon there. And now Herndon. And Herndon utilizing the jab. Right hand backs Herndon up a bit. Good double jab there from Wilder. Mixing in the shots. Not seeing as much movement from Herndon as we did earlier in the fight.
Body would then open up the left hook up top.
Good right hand from Herndon there. Now rips into the body of Wilder. And Herndon just kind of spun wild. And now right here, some of the highlights from the round as Wilder trying to sneak in the uppercut there. And that was good body work from Herndon, even though he kind of spun out of that in a wild way.
And, you know, I think in order for that straight right hand, see, that's what I like. He switched it up, a left hook to the body. Start throwing different punches where then you can set up that big straight right hand.
That was a good left hook to the body there. That's what you've been calling for. As Wilder now, that right hand wasn't full power, but certainly caught Herndon, as Herndon now kind of slipped down. It's more of a shove, according to Ray Corona. Yeah, the legs are certainly starting to go, and Wilder locked and loaded, trying to utilize that right hand. And Herndon again continues to duck underneath to tie up Wilder. And that right hand got through the defense. Herndon's got to be careful. There's the right hand, and now Wilder's got Herndon in trouble. There's a stiff jab there.
And let that set up the big right hand. Nice.
There's that right hand, even though it's partially blocked by Herndon. And now Herndon was tied up with Wilder a bit. Ray Corona letting him fight out of it. And there's that looping right hand. Herndon just ducked out of the way. And now Herndon put his glove on the mat, so that counts as a knockdown. And Herndon back to his feet at the 8 count. Wilder, you can see he senses it. He's getting closer. Oh my goodness. And there's the straight right by Wilder.
And I like the Wilder staying composed. He's picking smart shots, landing clean.
And there's the right hand there. Caught Herndon. Final 10. And Herndon thrown to the ground. Able to survive, but Gabe, you starting to see the legs are going from Herndon. Can pull this off.
Yeah, but see what Wilder's doing is he's staying composed. He's being aggressive, but he's not going crazy. He's picking his shots wisely. Right hand, slipping, throwing that big power jab.
There's that left hook. And there was a moment you could just see it's wearing on Herndon. And there's Wilder again closing the distance with the right hand. Herndon trying to push Wilder off. And there's the right hand that knocks Herndon back. Cannot turn your back. And Ray Corona, you see him talking to Herndon, kind of warning him, hey, you got to show me something. And there's right hand blocked by Herndon. Looping left hook there. Oh, that right hand got through the defense of Herndon a bit. And there's the left hook. Caught Herndon, and Herndon just kind of turtles up. And now Herndon just takes a knee. And Ray Corona telling him to get up.
I think it's just a matter of time now, man.
I think Herndon now is at the point of just trying to survive. And there's the left hook, knocks Herndon back. Wilder's shots are getting through. He hasn't landed flush with that right hand. It's always partially blocked or getting a little bit through the defense, but still not yet connected fully. And there's that right hand, gets through the defense again. And there's a huge right hand, knocks back Herndon, and Ray Corona stops it.